So let's go here to Terraform, download, and let's go here and let's go to Linux. So these are the commands that we have to run, and following by that, it should be good, no problem about that. So let's go here and run the wget. Oh, sorry, my bad. I have clicked the wrong key. So let's copy this and let's open the terminal. Close. Terminal. Let's open the terminal. Let's paste it here. And as of now, we got response OK. So it should be downloading the certificate first to make sure that Terraform is going to be downloaded, and whatever the file is getting downloaded is from an authenticated source, and it is not something like a patch where it's like a virus kind of stuff. Right, we got the key. This is how the key looks like. So now let's go here and get the second command. Let's paste it. Right. So this is it. We have. And third command is where we install Terraform. So let's copy this and let's copy this and let's paste it here. And this should be good. Technically, it should not throw any problem. Okay. So we are good now. So as of now, Terraform is installed. Now we can run Terraform -v. Now it is giving where it is running, how it is running, and everything. And you can also run normal Terraform. It will give you all the commands that we need to run. So pretty much straightforward and simple. You can run your Terraform commands here, and it should work fine without any problem. Okay. Yeah, that's all about it. Now, as of now, regarding this Terraform, it works fine in both. And this is for Ubuntu. And if you want to use other operating system, please make sure you install it in different way. Homebrew is for like mostly for Mac OS, but I'm not sure. Like now it is having in some other Linux also. So yeah, this is all
for
about
Windows. We have to download AMD 64 only, right?
Yeah, if your Windows is 64-bit, you have to use AMD 64. If your Windows is 64-bit, you have to download AMD 64. If your Windows is 32-bit, you have to download 386. You understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll just write it in the documents. Okay, so let me share the screen. All participants. Why is it not allowing me to share my screen? I'm not sure why. This Zoom, I hate it. Oh, I have to stop my share. Okay, it's visible now. So let me close this. And let me put this in the documentation. So first thing is we have to go to the downloads link, and followed by that, we have to choose the Linux that we are going to use. Am I audible, guys? Is there any problem with my mic? Is everything good?
No, you are audible.
Okay, great. So because I'm just juggling between two laptops, so it's kind of confusing. That's why. For Linux based installation, okay. For Linux based installation, let's go to downloads and choose Linux. Sit above link and choose Linux. In our case, we are using Ubuntu or Debian, so we can choose Ubuntu/Debian. So we are using Ubuntu Debian, so we can choose Ubuntu/Debian. So once after choosing it, we can go and get this command, and this is to download the key from the server. First, let's get the key from the server to make sure the file we download is authentic. Okay. Followed by that, second thing what we have to do is we have to sign the key ring. Okay, we have to sign the key ring, and we have to list the available application that can be done with the keyring. First, we download the keyring. After downloading the keyring, let's sign the keyring. Okay, because without sign, the key is useless. Without sign, the key is useless. So now, since we have key authenticated and downloaded, we are free to install Terraform. Okay. And for doing that, we run apt update and apt install Terraform. This will check for available Terraform packages, update and install Terraform. Once this gets successfully completed, then we can run as usual Terraform minus V, this should give print the version of the Terraform and the OS. Oops. That is all about it. To set up and install Terraform, both in Windows and Linux. Both are pretty different in nature, but end of the day, the work is going to be same. Command is going to be same. Okay. Followed by here, what thing we need is in AWS, we need, so there is one more thing called AWS CLI, which we will see later. But as of now, what we need is you have to go to your security credentials and you have to go to CloudFront key pair, right? I don't have any key pair, and you have to create your own key pair. So the reason is that why we are having key pair means. So when you connect through Terraform with AWS, we will not be using any kind of login, password, nothing. The only medium between Terraform and AWS is this key pair. So you can generate the key pair and you can use it. And once you're done with the use, delete the key pair. Usually when you join the company, okay, sorry. I don't know, Purnima is waiting for so long. I don't know how long she's waiting. Okay. Okay, so once you join the company, you will not get any, if you're working with Terraform, you will not get any username or password. Most of the time it will be key pair. Okay, you'll have a secret key and access key. This will be like a CSV file. We'll see how to use it tomorrow. But as of now, we have to create it. Make sure you create your account and you can create your key pair. Followed by that, just try to make yourself comfortable with the UI. Okay. When we suddenly say settings, you have to just go here and click settings. Okay. And always make sure whatever the settings that you make will be always global. It is not restricted to certain regions. Okay. And this is roles. Here you can add your team members to practice and use, or in your company you have developers, managers, accountants, and all these guys. You can add them here based on their role, because when you want to pay the bill, accountants will take care of it and they have to get the bill and generate it. So even accountants need account here in AWS in most of the time. And this is users. You can create new users and add them. They can use this here, and you can create a new group. These group is something like, let's say, whoever is developer, only they can create the services and delete the services. So in order to give access to everyone, let's say if you are having 100 users, you can't keep on changing permission for everyone. So instead you can create a group, and for that group you can give certain permission, and whoever belong to the group will have all the permission. Like that you can create it, so that even if you have hundreds of users, if 10 users belong to admin group, only they will have access. If others belong to a different group, they won't have access. Like that you can get used to it. So just get used to this UI and see how and where it is, all the options available, just like using your smartphone, right? When you get your new smartphone, you just go inside and see where is settings, what are the different things you can do. Just get used to this UI. Services and all these things we'll see later. But just
log in with a root user or IAM.
Since it is your personal ID, it will be root user. In your company, it will be IAM user.
Okay.
Yeah. In your company, it will be like an IAM user, but for now, we'll go for root user. Right, that is all about it. You can always go to home page by clicking console home. Here we have this logo on the top, right? So when you click this, automatically it will take you to console home. And if you have something running, it will show you what are the services running. So most of the time, services that we will be using is EC2, S3 bucket, EC2, S3 bucket, and of course Elastic Beanstalk and others are there, but 70% of the time you'll be using S3 bucket. So it is nothing like it's just like your Google Drive, but it can scale up, which means that your Google Drive cannot have 1 million requests per day, right? It can't handle. But if you upload your data to S3 bucket, you can access this, like 1 million people can access this in a single day, and it will still work fine. And you can even scale up more. Similarly, if you want to host a website, you can host it in S3. So most of the time, S3 is like a place where you can store and retrieve your data real time. It is kind of fast way of accessing it. And EC2 is virtual machine. EC2 is virtual machine. So most of the time when your company runs the software, it will be in the virtual machine EC2. And sometime if your company is having just microservices running, not application, it will be in Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, sometime it can be in Elastic Beanstalk, but even though if you have Elastic Beanstalk, that will create an instance in EC2. So everything is connected. Mother of all services is S3. Okay, mother of all services in AWS is S3. Similarly, mother of all computing services is EC2. So whatever service you create, it will be depending upon either EC2 or S3. It will be dependent upon either EC2 or S3. Even though they have 300 services, all this 300 service will run only on these two services. So if you know these two services well, that's it. Nothing much to do. Okay. As I said, these are the mother of computing service, and that is the mother of all service. And if you know and if you can understand both the service, how it works, and you're totally fine, no problem. Other service, you can easily understand what is going on in the back end when you work. This is a couple of introduction to EC2. Check the other services available, but make sure you go with this EC2 and S3 bucket. First, we will start with the S3 bucket tomorrow, since that is a very important and easy service to start with. So we'll create an S3 bucket tomorrow, and we'll assign the different roles to it. And we'll make some different things in S3 bucket tomorrow. And after that, we'll go with EC2, then different kind of services, EBS, Amplify, and Elastic Beanstalk, VPC, and all these things are there. Okay, and of course RDS. This is one of the service, also very important service here, which is database. So right, what just happens? Open database, RDS, go to database. Right. So this is okay. We have Neptune, Keyspace, Elasticats. These are like Amazon's own databases. But if you are using MySQL and all these things, then you'll go with here. So this will support any database. And as I said, see, everywhere you will see S3 bucket. And even though if you create a new database, that will create an EC2 service. So everything is dependent upon either EC2 or S3. For storing the data, it is always S3. For creating a server as a CPU based or a RAM based or whatever you want, it is always EC2. So, right, we'll start with S3, and this is the basics. Get used to the UI. Just make sure that you know what are the options available. At least just check this enough. At least do this. Don't feel like you're stuck here. And that's all about it. Nothing much, nothing less. We'll see Ansible installation, everything tomorrow.